是什么？健康最贵。那在21世纪，什么样的楼越盖越高？医院的确是。事实上呢，我们也观察了现今的一个关于疾病的一个研究当中，我们也发现了养生不再是银发族的一个专利，哪怕是40岁正否壮年、30岁的轻熟男女，或者20岁的学生族群，只要你想要拥有健康，那么就得做好养生以及保养。但是呢，打开电视，专家学者众说纷纭，坊间的产品琳琅满目，我们究竟要怎么样来选择适合我们的产品？以及杰斯的产品在市场上到底有什么样的优势？事实上呢，我们也接收到许多杰斯家人们对于产品有一些回馈哦。所以说呢，今天呢，我们非常的荣幸邀请到了2位博士来到现场。首先呢，我要邀请的是呢，我们杰斯的科技研发总裁 Dr. William， 掌声欢迎他。接下来我要邀请的是曾经荣获诺贝尔奖提名，同时也是抗老化研究的先驱 Dr. John Papa， 掌声欢迎。Hi Dr.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Lindsay.
Thank you. 来，欢迎2位博士来到现场啊，请我们博士就坐。
Hello, Dr. Gianpapa. How are you?
Well, yeah, my pleasure.
We're going to have fun also. Huh? Sit down.
Yes.
You really want to sit?
好，我们坐下来比较舒服哦。今天真的非常开心呢，我们邀请到2位博士来到现场哦。其实哦，在昨天呢，经过2位博士呢精彩的演讲，我相信各位呢对于产品呢有更深的一刻的了解。但是对我来说呢，其实有一点真的让我觉得非常的吃惊哦，那就是我没有想到，原来威廉博士已经75岁了。因为我常常呢在许多杰斯的各个地区、国家的大大小小活动当中，都有看到博士的身影。那就像是在今年年初，在美国拉斯维加斯的领导峰会当中，我也看到博士不仅参与了活动，而且呢也发表了他的新书，而新书的内容主要是针对呢长寿来做探讨。所以说今天在这个特别的机会，其实我也想要呢请教博士哦，您平常都是怎样来维持您的健康以及活力的？
How I maintain healthy? Look, by moving every day, by being active, by being with you, by having a healthy lifestyle, and by also taking Jeanette's product. Thank you. That's how we become to be healthy. And there is no secret. It's just to have a normal, regular nutrition, healthy, regular physical activity, managing your stress. Also, do we have simultaneous translation now? Yeah, okay. And also take out of your toxic thought and take out your toxic relationship. That's my answer. Okay?
谢谢博士啊！其实真的，其实博士虽然说讲的真的非常的简单，其实事实上呢，要做起来不是一件容易的事情哦。我们要有好的运动，而且要有好的饮食，同时呢，我们也要有健康的心灵，我们要能够排除我们的一个压力哦。而且其实博士呢也有提到了，使用杰斯的产品也是他维持健康的一个秘密哦。但是呢，在这边呢，其实我们真的也很荣幸的邀请到娟泡泡来到现场，因为呢，他本身对于干细胞以及抗老的研究的其实相当的透彻，所以说在这边呢，我也想要请娟泡泡是不是可以给我们现场的杰斯家人们对于抗老是否有一些什么样的建议可以给我们？
Well, I think you know, the future holds unbelievable promises for everybody who's alive today. And one of those key promises from the science point of view is the science of stem cells. And you know, our stem cells are what allows our body cells to repair and restore themselves And already with Jeunesse, we have a number of products that help keep your stem cells healthy and be able to perform their essential job of replacing our body cells. So stem cells are really where this is all going to be, and products that support them. And the second thing is what we're doing right now in the States and in Asia, is we collect and store your stem cells and are able to give them back to you when the time is necessary. So the secret is keeping both the number of stem cells high and the quality of those stem cells high. The products from Jeunesse, as well as some of the other medical area products, without a question can help do that. And the other area is to perhaps think about how you might collect and store them for your future use. It's my belief, and I know William shares this, that in the next 7 to 10 years, the amount of information we have regarding cell aging and how well we can keep our health and quality of life will double and double again and double again. So the secret is, how do we even keep up with that information? Well, we have ways of doing that, and our focus is to bring as much of that information to you so your lives remain healthier longer and you function healthier longer. So it's going to be about stem cells, and it's going to be about the products that help keep them healthy and functional.
谢谢啊，谢谢博士的分享啊！真的，干细胞呢是一门非常先进的一个科学。各位，您有注意保养您的干细胞吗？干细胞的数量以及质量对我们身体来说都是非常的重要的。当你拥有越多的干细胞，你的身体就能够停留在越年轻的这样子的一个状态。那谢谢呢，其实这两位博士呢跟我们的一个分享，其实啊，我们要怎样来维持干细胞，其实跟我们的生活模式当然一定有非常大的一个关系。就如同我们的威廉博士有讲到的，我们要从我们的生活习惯、从运动、从饮食来做调配。事实上呢，其实像在我们这种大大小小活动当中哦，其实我们每次呢都会为博士准备我们的产品。那其实呢，博士们最常需要的产品就是我们的配权了。配权呢，可以立刻帮助我们补充我们所需要的这样子一个能量。那这也是因为呢，配权当中呢含有相当独特的一个成分，就是我们的白藜芦醇哦。那坊间的白藜芦醇的产品，说真的也越来越多了。所以说在这边呢，我要请教我们的威廉博士哦。我们的杰斯的配权精华跟市面上含有白藜芦醇的产品到底有怎样的一个不同？是不是可以请博士来跟我们说明一下
？Thank you. Yes, I'm going to talk reserve. I talk about reserve for hours and hours all the time. It's my favorite product. Why? It is not only the resveratrol which make it unique. It's a combination of the 9 ingredient that we have inside, which make this product to have 2 benefits. One, the first one is DNA repair. And as I told you many times, it's essential for our body to repair DNA as fast as possible. And this product will help our maintenance service to really work fast and repair DNA when it's breaking, because DNA is broke physically and we have to repair it physically, and reserve can help. But the second very big benefit is strictly about resveratrol. Resveratrol is boosting energy. Why? Because resveratrol is activating a very special gene called sirtuin gene. And when this sirtuin gene is activated, which is not very often, suddenly you become Zorro, you become Superman, and you become to get energy, a lot of energy. Energy for thinking, energy for walking, energy for many things. And this is the combination of antioxidant or DNA repair and boosting the sirtuin gene, which make reserve unique. Thank you, Lindsay.
谢谢博士的一个解说。 那其实呢，就我所知，其实我们的配全精华，除了说它里面含有这个9大植物的精华以外呢，那事实上呢，我们还做了一个很特别的测试哦，就是 CAP1的这个实验，证实呢，事实上呢，我们的这些里面的有效成分的，其中里面的一些抗氧化成分，能够进到细胞当中来发挥保护细胞的这样子的一个作用哦。所以说博士呢也提到哦。配全精华，它就像是一个身体细胞的防护罩一样，可以保护我们的身体不会受到外来的一些不好的，尤其像是一些自由基的这样子一个攻击，它是一个非常棒的这样子的一个产品哦。那其实呢，除了说配全呢是我们杰士的明星商品，其实呢，我在这边也要请教一下专爸爸哦，因为呢，事实上呢，我们在去年也推出了另外一款新的产品，就是我们的敏动力。那敏动力大家有试过吗？喜欢它的口感吗？我其实也非常的喜欢哦，但是我们也有收到市场的一些回馈哦。事实上呢，我想要请教一下博士哦，敏动力它吃起来很好吃，可是为什么我们吃起来之后舌头会觉得麻麻的啊？
Well, first of all, I think one of the most important things we all want to keep in optimal shape and function are our minds, because that's really what creates who we are and allows us to remember, recall, and be creative in our jobs, quality of our life in general. So mind has been designed with a number of very specific compounds that help our brain cells function more optimally to enhance our memory, and there's different types of memory. But in general, it's the longer you use that product, the more enhanced the quality of your memory will be. Now, in certain people, on their tongue, their receptors are very sensitive. Okay, so certain people are more sensitive to sweet, other people more sensitive to salt, salty tastes. But those people get a little numb on the tip of the tongue. That's because the receptors that they have individually are a little more sensitive to some of the compounds in mind. That is not a negative sensation or a negative condition. And over time, that also tends to disappear. In fact, most people that I know have that initially, it dramatically disappears and gets to the point where it doesn't bother them whatsoever. So I wouldn't be concerned about the tingling or numbness on the tongue, because again, that is something that usually wears off over time. But more importantly, the benefits of mind are what it's about, to keep us sharp, functioning, creative, and enjoy our lives.
哦，原来是这个样子的，是因为我们每个人的感觉不同所造成的。其实我觉得这个就像是每个人对于辣的敏感度是不太一样的。喜欢吃辣的人觉得有一些东西它吃起来不会辣啊，可是不敢吃辣的人，只要稍微一点点，就连是胡椒的辣，他可能都受不了。所以说这是个人的一个感觉上面的一个差异哦。这也难怪哦，其实我们也接受到市场的一些回馈，有朋友跟我们反映说，哎，为什么我这一包麦吃起来感觉比较麻，下一包吃起来感觉比较不麻？哦，事实上呢，其实因为我们的口腔的一个敏感度的不同，所以说呢才会有这样子一个差异。那所以说呢，并不是因为说，哎，里面的成分是因为有多还是有少，不是因为这样的，只是因为口腔的敏感度不太一样了。其实就像是我们有时候早上起来，其实口腔是比较敏感的，那你如果早上那个时候吃，你可能感觉就会比较麻，也说不定啊。非常谢谢博士的这样子的一个分享哦。那其实讲到这个敏动力啊，其实不管是敏动力或者是我们的配全，其实它喝起来果汁的口感呢，其实真的都是非常的好喝的。像我自己呢，其实都很喜欢这样子的一个营养补充品，因为吃起来好喝以外，还可以帮助我维持健康哦。所以说呢，其实像我自己每天都是早上1包配全，然后1包敏动力，直接就一起喝，喝完我就去上班了。在这边呢，我要请教一下威廉博士哦，像我这样的吃法是不是 OK 的？我可以直接敏动力加配全同时一起吃比较好，还是我中间应该要间隔多久会比较好？
Of course, you can take them together, and you can even take Finity with, and you can put the serum with, and you can put a lot with. Don't forget, those products are food supplements. They are not medication. They can interact, yes, but we already studied that. You can easily take reserve and mind together. it will in fact potentialize or increase your focus, your memory, because both products are acting on focus and memory. So yes, not only we tell you to take them, but you can take them both in the morning. Okay? Thank you.
我还有一个问题要请教博士，因为呢，其实呢，我在产品的外包装上面有发现哦，其实不管是配全还是米动力，它的成分里面好像都有防腐剂的一个存在耶。那像我自己，我不是只有早上吃哦，我晚上也这样子吃哦，所以我总共会吃4包。那我每天这样子吃防腐剂，会不会对于我的健康有什么样的风险存在？
Well, you know, preservatives are what they are. Preserve the product, which means preserve the product from aggression from bacteria. Now, may I ask you a question? Do you want to take a product and get sick because you have bacteria, or you prefer to have some generally recognized as safe? Means all the preservatives that we are using have been tested and tested millions of times and have been proven not to be harmful for the body. So we have to put them by law anyway. We cannot sell a product without preservative, or we have to prove that the product will not be altered. This is why, don't worry, take it, you will not be sick with it.
谢谢博士的这样子一个精彩的这样子一个解说哦。所以说呢，其实哦，防腐剂呢的确有它添加的一个必要性。那事实上呢，所有防腐剂呢都是在我们卫生局的核可之下所准用的。就算你每天长期定时定量跟我一样定时定量这样子来使用，对于身体呢都不会有任何的这样子的一个风险。而且呢，事实上我要在这边跟大家说明一点哦，事实上呢，营养补充品不同于一般食物，它其实跟一般的食物是不太一样的，因为我们直接呢提取了适合我们人体所需要的营养素，而且呢，它有着更好吸收的这样子的一个效果，不仅呢可以帮助我们维持健康哦，其实也是我们年轻呢的一个很重要的一个秘密武器。所以说呢，其实呢，我们这样子长期食用呢也是没有问题的。那在这边呢，其实哦，在这一次的杰斯大学当中呢，我们也有一项产品呢，隆重的重新登场，那就是我们的 AMPM， 以粉剂的形式呢重新推出，有着更好的吸收力。相信在场的杰斯家人们对于这项的改变呢，其实都非常的兴奋哦。那其实呢，在这边呢，我要请教一下 John Papa 博士了，因为呢，其实 AMPM 呢有一个使用上面的一个小小的问题。因为呢，我们都知道从名字上面来看，其实 AM 我们很清楚就知道它是白天吃，那 PM 它就是晚上吃。可是呢，有一次我在长途旅程当中，我在飞机上，哇，外面昏天黑地，我根本搞不清楚现在到底是白天还是晚上哎，我到底应该要吃 AM 才对，还是 PM 才对？那飞到当地之后呢，我到底要以我居住地区的时区的时间来吃产品，还是以当地的时间的时区来吃产品？这个问题真的要请John Papa博士来帮我们解答了。
See, this is a very good question because this is what many people ask. And, you know, again, one of the reasons AMPM formula was designed is to help to regulate your body's internal clock inside each one of those cells. So ideally, if you land you travel from Hong Kong to New York and it's daytime, ideally what you should do is take the AM tablet, or at the point of destination, if it's daytime, take AM, this evening, take PM. That will help adjust your internal hormonal clock, your cellular clocks much quicker if you do that. And it is tough because when you fly to, say, New York from Hong Kong, it's a 12-plus hour flight, but the secret is to try to get on the schedule of wherever your destination is. And so I'll make another comment that's directly related to the previous question. You know, taking Reserve, Mind, AM, PM, the secret, as I mentioned yesterday, is all of the products in Jeunesse are designed to work synergistically. So if you're taking AM and PM, Mind and Reserve, the secret is don't worry about, gee, am I taking too much? In fact, the combination of all the products together plus the topical products, when people do that, that's where they see the biggest and quickest kind of enhancement in not only how they look, but how they feel.
是，谢谢博士啊。那所以说，其实以这样子的一个理论上面来看的话，其实像现在很多人啊，值夜班有没有？如果你希望在你晚上工作的时候更有精神、更有活力，事实上我们就可以利用这个产品呢，调整你使用的顺序啊，我们就可以在晚上你要工作的时候吃 AM， 那在白天的时候你需要足够的休息，你就可以吃 PM， 没有错，大家都听懂的，非常的棒哦。 那其实呢，我们除了说刚才所介绍的这几个产品以外，在杰斯呢，我们还有另外一个明星商品，就是我们的菲乐青春胶囊。那这个呢，我也要请教一下我们的 Joey 泡泡博士哦，因为呢，其实讲到菲乐里面有一个非常特殊的成分，就是 TA65。我们都知道它可以帮助我们延长端粒，但是我们身体呢有健康的细胞，但是也有不好的细胞。我想请教一下博士哦。 TA65是不是也会延长不好细胞的端粒？
So this is a good question, and I think the answer is pretty simple. As our cells age, they go from healthy cells to non-healthy cells, which we call senescent cells. When that happens, due to damage to their DNA, the unhealthy, or what we call senescent cells, are no longer dividing. So the effect of TA65 or other ingredients on these unhealthy cells is dramatically diminished. If at all making any impact, because they have gone into a state of non-division, almost a state of sleep. But what they do is produce negative compounds, even though they're not divided. And it's those negative compounds that cause our healthy cells to age quicker. So in summary, TA65 really works on just the stem cells in our body, not the body cells. But that's a very positive thing because we want to have healthier, more functioning, and a greater number of cells, stem cells, that are able to replace and repair our damaged body cells. And I hope that makes it easy to understand.
哦，原来是这样。其实博士有讲到一个非常大的一个重点哦。其实 TA65它最主要是针对我们的干细胞来做处理的，延长我们干细胞的一个端粒。所以说呢，各位从一开始第一个题目大家还记得吗？就是泡泡博士跟我们提到，如果你想要维持青春，想要做到抗老化，干细胞的保养就很重要了。因为干细胞是我们制造出好的细胞的一个最根源的一个地方，所以说我们要维持它的数量。所以说呢，我们的菲乐呢，其实它 TA65并不会有延长到不好细胞端粒的这样子一个效果，大家可以放心的来使用哦。那在这边呢，其实我要继续请教一下就问泡泡博士了。其实，在使用我们这样子一个杰斯的营养补充品哦，在使用营养补充品的时候呢，我们发现了一个问题。那就是呢，体质比较弱的人似乎很容易出现一些反应。那当我们出现反应的时候，我们应该要怎么做比较好？
Well, I think this is something that I'll comment and William will comment as well. It is a very important question, right? We hear this all the time. So, you know, as we were talking about yesterday, there's different levels of health. And some of us are very healthy, some of us are normally healthy, and some people are barely healthy. So when we take things like AM/PM, reserve, for instance, that are chock full of antioxidants and things that really cause the cell to function better, what happens is the body starts to pull out the toxins that has accumulated over years. Your fat cells hold a lot of the negative preservatives, the bad gases that are in the environment. So what happens is those negative compounds have to go to the liver. The liver is really the filtration machine in the body that helps remove those from the body's blood system and the cells. And when that happens, you can end up with a temporary situation where you feel a little foggy or you feel tired. And in essence, what's really happening is that's the beginning of what we call a detoxification reaction or cleansing. So when that happens, what we do, and we tell people, well, cut back on the amount of A and PM or reserve you're taking, and perhaps instead of taking 1 tablet of AM or 2 tablets or 2 tablets of AM, you go back to 1 tablet of AM, 1 PM. If you still feel foggy, then what we tell them to do is just take AM and PM maybe 3 times a week until you feel normal, and then go back to the full week. So it's about understanding why. That is not an unhealthy situation. It's the beginning of a cleansing or a process that's going to eventually, and usually takes maybe up to 10 days to 2 weeks before you're back to normal. But that's a sign that your body is so much built of toxins that you really need to do this and just adjust the amount of the products you're taking, and everyone's different. So you play with that a little bit, and to the point where you're not feeling tired or foggy or lethargic, and then you just slowly increase the dose to what is recommended. So in summary, that's usually a sign that you may be healthy, but not as optimally healthy as you could be.
Okay. Have a listening here, please. So I'm going to talk about the skincare problem. It's some issue that we have sometimes with the skincare, that people come and say, I have that and that on my skin and I take that, why do I do that? Now, we have to make a difference between detox and allergy. You see, the serum is made of soluble factor or growth factor or polypeptide, call it as you want. Now, what are they doing? These molecules, which are not fresh, they are molecules, when they go inside the skin, they send a signal. And the signal is, please repair, please regenerate, please detox. So the cell will start the work, and the cells will start to regenerate it, to synthesize the collagen and elastin, and at the same time to remove waste products which are not necessary. And then the end result may be like having some pimple, some blackheads in the skin, which look like what's going on. You see, this is a detox reaction. So what you should have to do is just to wait a little. The detox reaction will slowly disappear, and then you will have a radiant skin. That's called detox reaction. It looks like acne, but it's not acne. Now you have the other reaction, which is redness, itchy. This is allergy. This is allergy to one of the ingredients, or most of the time, to other products that people are putting, either makeup or something which they become sensitive when they start to use a genus product. So you have to do like a police search and to see exactly what the product that you are taking which give you this redness. In fact, you stop everything, you wait a little, that the redness disappears, and you start back by only one product, basically the serum. And if you see that the serum doesn't give you any redness or anything else, then you can add a second one, and so on and so on. This is the only way to find the culprit, to find the product which gives you allergy. Thank you.
谢谢两位博士的一个分享啊。其实呢，不管是营养补充食品或者是保养品，其实呢都有可能会在我们身上出现反应。而不管是食用我们的营养补充食品，或者是我们皮肤发生反应了，我们应该要怎么做？我们应该要先减量，让这个反应能够趋于稳定之后呢，那调整到一个稳定的程度之后，我们再来使用是比较安全的。好，所以说这个重点呢，其实非常的重要哦。那其实呢，在我们的一些产品的一个使用，尤其是在我们的 Luminous 的一个使用上面来说的时候呢，因为其实我们在皮肤上面，我们不见得只会只用精华露这个产品，我们有可能同时使用了好几种的产品，甚至彩妆品在脸上。所以说，当皮肤出现问题的时候呢，其实它是可能会是稍微复杂一点的，因为我们要先找出发生的原因到底是什么。 这个时候我们就会建议你也是一样，先停用所有的东西，让肌肤恢复稳定，再一样产品来增加使用，找出问题点非常重要。因为有可能你是因为对你的彩妆品过敏，并不是对产品过敏也说不定。好，所以说呢，大家就掌握这个原则，其实在使用上面呢，其实是会更健康、更有效，而且呢是更安全的。那其实讲到 Luminous 哦，我们就一定要讲我们的明星商品，就是我们的精华露了。那其实刚才博士也讲到，其实我们在一开始使用的时候呢，其实皮肤有可能会发生反应。那发生反应的时候呢，就是先停用。那也因为呢，其实精华露里面含有我们最重要的洁丝独家配方，就是我们生长因子的这个成分。那生长因子呢，其实它除了说可以促进皮肤的一个让我们维持健康的一个状态以外呢，其实在这边我也想请教我们的威廉博士哦。对于皮肤如果有伤口的话呢，我们可不可以来使用我们的精华露来帮助修复？
Well, you can use the serum, not all Luminous, because the serum have a very unique benefit. It have a healing benefit. Because growth factors, we don't have 1 or 2 or 3 growth factors in our serum. We have 242, which is largely enough to resolve all the skin problem that we may have. Even we have too much, but we're not going to be cheeky and take some, because it's very difficult. So we use the 240. Now on those one, we have what we call anti-inflammatory growth factors. Growth factors which reduce inflammation. And mainly any scar or wound have a reaction around. So yes, the answer is if you have inflammation or if you have a scar or something which is red and painful, you can put serum on a regular basis and it will help this scar to heal. Now, you don't put that if it's infected. If the wound is infected, you start to treat the infection, and once the infection is treated, then you can put the serum, because the serum is not properly designed to fight infection. So the answer is yes. Serum can help wound, can help scars, can help many things like that to be treated. Thank you, Lindsay.
谢谢博士的一个分享。那在这边呢，最后呢，我要请教 John 泡泡博士一个问题了，那就是呢，我们都知道生长因子对于肌肤，它可以刺激肌肤细胞的一个再生。那这是不是因为生长因子里面有激素这个成分？请 John 泡泡博士简单的为我们说明一下。
So what William just said was the beginning of that answer. And what happens is in our skin, we have cells that make collagen, elastin, hyaluronic acid, which is useful to the skin. And some of those cells are our body cells, and some of them are actually tiny little stem cells. So what the growth factors do when we apply them to the surfaces, they send a message to the cells that are normally half asleep and they're not making the quantity of collagen and elastin they would have the potential to make. And even some of the stem cells, which are within the skin, although they get less as we age, there are still some stem cells in our skin throughout our body. So the growth factors really are a means of sending signals to the cells to make more collagen and elastin, and the net result is the skin becomes youthful. The skin gets thicker, the wrinkles look less. And frankly, once we hit about our late 30s, early 40s, the amount of those growth factors that are normally produced in our skin drop off dramatically. So by using the Luminous serum and the other Luminous products together, we're awakening the cells that make our skin look and feel more youthful, and really restoring what we used to have when we were younger. So it's really a matter of communication of the special growth factors to the cells to wake up and start working more efficiently.
谢谢我们跟泡泡博士的一个分享啊。 的确是哦，生长因子它是一个小分子蛋白物质，它是讯息的传导因子。我们讲它是细胞跟细胞沟通的桥梁，所以说它里面不是因为含有激素哦，所以说大家使用上面不用担心。那今天最后呢，其实要跟大家分享一段话，其实老化它是一个连续性的一个过程，你今天就是比昨天还要老一天。那所以说呢，其实这个反应呢，就有点像是一颗石头从山坡上面滚下来一样，滚动的速度是越来越快的。所以说，如果呢，我们想要延缓老化或者停止老化，我们呢就应该要越早开始，效果才会越好。那透过杰斯的创新产品呢，我们可以帮助各位针对身体的最小单位细胞来做保养。我们要做的很简单，就是让各位的每个细胞恢复健康。那获得健康之后呢，当然你自己就能够展现出青春以及美丽，要留住我们的这个青春。谁说我们外表容貌只能跟身份证上面的年龄是一致的？让我们呢重新定义年轻。今天呢，非常谢谢两位博士的一个热情的一个参与，谢谢他，掌声，谢谢。
Thank you very much.
我们今天呢，我们的科研专家会客室就到这边结束，谢谢大家，谢谢，
谢谢两位博士破天荒的同台，也谢谢。